So yesterday I went to this kirtan slash guided meditation experience to commemorate the autumn equinox, I believe. And the theme for the gathering last night was letting go. The facilitators were explaining how this turning of seasons and this new kind of era in the year, like it was a balancing of energies because the night is just as long as the day is, and also we were entering Libra season, which also talks about balance. And so the entire topic of the evening yesterday was around the equinox and the balancing of energies and letting go and so on. And the guided meditation was about releasing ancestral energies related to our mothers. And the kirtan, the way I felt it was like different points in your life, or I saw as in my life. One was the removing of all obstacles, singing Ganesha mantras. Then the next one was about the balancing of the divine masculine and feminine within, but I am sure for some of the people there was also an outwards experience. And the last mantra we sang was to uh, awaken and also, I don't know if reunite or just bring about the feminine energy in each of us. It was a really powerful experience for me, especially the part with the kirtan songs. I did kirtan around 2 or 3 years ago in Bangkok. I did not enjoy it. So when my mom invited me to this one last night, I was like, okay, I'm just gonna go because she wants to go, no? So I'll just go with her. And I did. And I'm glad I did because this was a very different experience than the first one. And the reason I'm saying this is because even though this was about the equinox and so on, something that came up for me is the experience in general. And by that I mean I am a person who also does energy work and guided meditations similar to what happened last night. The difference is I know nothing about kirtan. But the things the girl was saying and the guided meditation we received, that's something I can do. And what makes us different, I guess, or what makes me different from the events last night and the ones I have been organizing is the number of people going. Yesterday we were around maybe 15 to 18 people. The ones I facilitate there are much smaller, 3, 4 people. Sometimes it's a one-on-one workshop or session. And I couldn't help but ask myself, what am I doing wrong? Why are my events not as successful as this one? And is it really my energy, the one that is off? Or, I was wondering why is it that when I try to organize something, even when a partnership with someone else, like this girl did with the studio, it's the kirtan person and the guy facilitating the meditation were partnering with the owner of the studio where the event happened. So it was like, again, a partnership, a contribution. And whenever I try to do that in the past, it hasn't worked the way I wanted. And I also see many of my clients or people who leave comments on my YouTube channel, the Spanish one, they also kind of need guidance about starting a business or making it work. And of course, on Facebook, there is a lot about manifestation processes and prosperity consciousness and etc. And while I was wondering that, I had this kind of vision or image in my mind of, like, my guides were pointing me towards, well, how is it, or what do you feel about your events, or about your business? I've been a little bit reluctant to call my practice a business, because even though it is a source of income for me, I don't know, I don't like the word business, or I don't like referring to it as a business. It doesn't really feel like one. But just for the purpose of making this clear, I will say that my energetic practice is a business. So when I was asking, what's the problem with me, why my events are not as successful as this one, what I saw, or what my guides were pointing me towards is, well, how do you feel about your business? How do you feel about what you do? Because in a week from now, I am facilitating a workshop inspired on the tarot cards as archetypes for introspection. So it's a women's circle inspired by that, and the objective of that event or that workshop is that you find yourself through the archetypes that we find in the tarot. And when I channeled the information for that, because that inspiration really came from above, source, or whichever other name you want to give to this power or energy, it was telling me, the inspiration came from it. I was not, yeah, anyway. And I felt like really excited about it, and I can feel and see the power. So I facilitated this workshop, but again, one-on-one, just in a slightly different setting. People like it, right? But we're 1 week out from the main event, and still nobody has signed up for it. And I am so not into the advertisement part of the process. I posted it on social media and in some other websites, but just thinking about doing more, I no, I don't like it. And anyway, it's a long explanation, but I just want to share this with you in case you feel similarly to me. And so again, my guides were pointing me towards, how is it you feel about your creations and about your workshops and about your work in general, right? And the first thing I saw when they were showing me that is that, unlike the girl yesterday, again, I don't know her, but that's what I could sense from the way she was delivering her song or her gift. She was very much passionate about this. She lives for this. Like, that's her whole thing. She does this every week. The way she explained why we were there and what we will do, and etc., was really nice. And you could see her passion, and you could see her embodying it. And so they showed me how, when I created, for example, or I channeled the information for the women's circle, when I was in the energy of the channeling, I was very much hyped and feeling compassion and love and all of these nice feelings, because that's the energy of the work anyway. But then it's as if I am detaching from the creation, and rather than feeling or staying in that warmth and love for the workshop, I am cold towards it. I am kind of rejecting the idea. And that's the difference. That's the difference between the girl giving the kirtan experience last night and me. The reason why things have not been working is because I have some sort of rejection towards what I do. Again, I feel cold. That's the best way I can explain it. I feel cold towards it. Even it feels, or I saw yesterday, a little bit as a source of some sort of rejection, but also the coldness comes from pain, from a need to detach from it, from the workshop or the whatever experience I want to deliver to people. And it's interesting what I felt and I saw, because it's as if my work or my practice hurts me. And it doesn't, right? Like, when I do it for myself, I love it. It's just what I realized is I don't want to attach myself too much to the excitement of giving this workshop or having people come together and experience what I've experienced in case it doesn't work. And right there is the problem, because I am cold towards it, when this idea, for it to grow and expand, needs warmth, needs love, needs the excitement, regardless of what happens. And anyway, based on the human design system, I am a manifester, and apparently we manifestors have a repelling aura, which makes it even harder for people to come towards us. And I've noticed this in my life in different aspects, not only at work. Like, I'm also a person that doesn't have many friends because it's not easy for me to connect with others. When people see me the first time before they know me, they usually think I am either shy or I'm always angry and cold again. And then I really am not. So yeah, I want to share this with you because, and this is the first time I'm going to do it for myself too. So let's see what happens, right? But I think there is an exercise here for all of us if you are in the same boat as I am when it comes to your business and growing maybe your audience, growing your business and expanding. And if it's not working, just an extension of my own experience, I will invite you to see how do you feel towards that experience. As I told you, I feel cold towards my work. I feel a bit of resentful and pain. I can see how I create this thing, in this case, this workshop for next weekend, but I am rejecting it at the same time. After I create it, it's as if something is emerging from me and it's something outside, like it's part of me first, and then as it emerges, it kind of comes out, and then it's something separate, or that's how I feel it. I perceive it, because of course nothing is separate. And once it's out, I reject it, I push it away, and I freeze it. And so even though I'm promoting it, or I do want people to come to it, and not only because of the money, I actually really enjoy seeing people experience the energy. And I know, like, again, when I've had the opportunity to deliver this type of work one-on-one, I can see the change and how lights go on in people's head and their soul, and how they kind of they go like, oh, okay, that weight that I was carrying about who I am and how I see myself, it's lifted. So it's really beautiful to see that. So I like the experience, don't get me wrong. I like my work. I love it. I love the practice, and that's what I want to do it. I love even channeling. The promotional part is the one that is causing me trouble. And I think it's because of this, because I already have this preconceived idea based on previous experiences that people will reject it. They won't embrace my creation, and because I don't want to feel rejected myself, I guess there is some sort of association between my creation and my own energy or my own personality. Because I don't want to be rejected, then I just push it away, and I try to see it like as if this is not me. The workshop is not me. So yeah, I guess if you are trying to do something similar, you might understand where I'm coming from, even if it's not energy work. Again, based on other comments that I saw on my YouTube channel in Spanish, I saw how people, whenever they ask about their business, because I do tarot readings in the Spanish channel, I'm trying to upload more in this one, but I don't know. Sometimes I don't have the energy to do both. Anyway, when they ask about their business, I immediately get this sense of, I have as if someone is stabbing me in my chest, which is the heart, and I see how painful it is for them to experience themselves through their work. Anyway, what I want to do is guide us through a process to observe what my guides were telling me yesterday, what they were trying to show me, and see how it goes, see how can we integrate. And it is about integration, because I very much would like to not feel this way anymore, right? I do want to share my work with people. I want them to experience how wonderful their own energy is, because my work is all about that, like depending on what you come to do with me, because I do different sorts of sessions, but the workshops in particular are for you to experience your own energy. I'm just there facilitating or guiding you, giving you some tips, but in the end, it's you who experience you. So I love that part of what I do and of my practice, and I wish to expand it so that more people can benefit from their own energy, because I do think that we are a little bit disconnected from it, and it's a little bit sad. Again, from personal experience, I know this. So in this guided meditation, again, I don't know what to expect. I just have the idea, and I had this feeling that I had to share this with you guys. So let's see what happens. I will invite you to welcome whatever comes to your consciousness, whether it is through feeling something in your physical body or allowing your emotions to flow out, to come up. Maybe you also, as I did yesterday, you have a visual image in your head. Maybe you hear some words in your mind. We all have different intuition types, and all of them are perfect. Maybe you don't have any of the of the previously mentioned, and you just know what to do. You just know how to follow this process, and that will be perfect as well. And as I said, I don't have a paper. I don't have a guide besides my guides, that I'm sure they are the ones who want to come and share this with us. But I don't have a script. I don't know what will happen. It's the first time that I do this, but I think it will help you reconcile with your whatever practice, with your business, with your career, with yourself, with your growth. Because I think that's also something else. Sometimes we believe or feel that our work is separate, or is, as I said, detached from us. And so we try to have these compartments of, oh, well, this is my work, this is my personal life, this is my family, these are my friends, this is my love life, this is my hobby, this is whatever. But really, all of those things, even though they have different names, they all come back to us. They are all functioning or not based on our own personal energy, right? So even though we might think that our own personal feelings and thoughts and vibration has nothing to do with what's going on in all of those different compartments of our lives, the reality is that we are the motor, we are the engine that makes things keep going and expand and contract and grow and etc. So I invite you, if you feel like, to follow me and come with me in this journey of integrating our souls into our consciousness and see what happens. Okay, so depending on where you are, I will recommend you do this in a sitting position, just because when we lie down, sometimes we relax too much and we might fall asleep. But if you have any back issues, or you know that sitting won't be comfortable, try to have some support in your back. I'm sitting in a chair which is really comfortable with me. For me now. You can also sit cross-legged on the floor, or on your yoga mat, or whatever position is comfortable for you. If you are in a chair like me, I would recommend you put your feet on the ground, so you are really grounded, and at least you feel like your feet are just on the ground. For all other positions, just make sure your back is completely straight, or as much as you can. Use pillows for this practice, and as I said, just try not to be lying down, but if that's what's comfortable, so then just do that. And if you fall asleep in whichever position you are, just know that that's really normal. Maybe your body needed that as well as your mind, so you can always come back and repeat this meditation whenever you feel like doing that. Okay, so before we close our eyes, just take a deep breath. I like to inhale through my mouth, through my nose, and out through my mouth. That helps me kind of release the tension. If you know yourself a little bit, do whatever is best for you. These are all suggestions. Which is something else you need to remember throughout this meditation. I'm going to say something, but if your higher self, or your guides, or your intuition, or your body, or your mind is showing you something different, just go with whatever your yourself are sensing and allowing. Okay, mine are only suggestions. You don't have to follow them. You are your own guide. You've always been, and you can become again if you didn't know you were. Okay. So if you have already taken a deep breath in and out, you can take a last look around in the space where you are, see whatever is in front of you. And when you're ready, just close your eyes. Settle yourself into your body. And what this means is just scan your body quickly and see if your hands maybe need to rest in a different position, if your feet are comfortably on the ground, if your sit bones are perfectly aligned. Check if maybe your back has the support it needs to carry you through this meditation. Your shoulders, is there anything you need to fix in your physical body so that you are experiencing complete comfort and relaxation throughout this exercise? If there is something you do need to do or adjust, do this now. And that means settling into the body, like getting comfortable in the position that you are in the physical space. And now we're going to start settling into our own energy. And we do this by using our breath, just because even though we cannot see it, we can feel it. We can feel when the air goes into our bodies, because maybe your belly will start to rise and fall, or maybe your chest. You can even feel it in your nose. And sensing things is something that that gives an indication to our brains that what we're doing is real, because we feel it physically. And again, even air, we can't see it, but we can feel it. So the brain says, oh, okay, that's my energy. I can feel that, right? I can feel the energy. And one thing that is wonderful about air is that it can guide you, or flows rather, through the same channels your energy does. The air goes into the bloodstream, into the organs, in the skin, in our brain, our bones, everywhere, it runs through our veins and arteries. So it goes everywhere where our energy and consciousness goes as well. So it's a great way to feel yourself beyond the physical. And it's all right if your mind is active. Some of us practice consciousness or mindfulness rather a little bit more than others. So if it's a little bit hard for you to concentrate on the physical sensations, just be aware of that. You just say, oh, okay, make like a mental note. This is really uncomfortable. I don't feel, I don't know, I don't like this. You can say that. And then just try to get comfortable again. Try to find some place mentally, emotionally, physically where you are okay with what's going on. Another thing I find useful as well is to talk to my mind, to that voice that is telling me about the coffee I want to drink, or about the chores I need to finish, or the call I need to make, or, the discomfort I feel when I'm sitting in this way. I like to talk to that voice and tell it to calm down, to take a breath. I thank it for its information. I tell it that I will take care of all those things once I finish this. I ask it and invite it to come with me into this journey, to pay attention to what I'm about to show it. I try to be really calm and kind to that voice, because I know that all it wants to do is protect me. It has my highest benefit at heart. It's just a little bit misguided. But I'm here to guide it back to the place where I wanted to go. So that's why I don't get angry that is distracting me. On the contrary, I love it. Because by doing that, I love myself a little bit more as well, even when it's hard. So try to be thankful to that little voice too, even though it's a little bit annoying. Just in case that happens, if it doesn't, then this message is not for you, and just remain in your blissful space, feeling your energy through that inhale and exhale, knowing that wherever your air goes, your energy goes there too. Your love, your consciousness, your attention. So whether you have an overactive mind or a really calm and collected one, let's follow the path our breath takes when it goes inside the body. Take a few deep breaths without forcing them. Just inhale deeply and exhale again. And take a moment to notice where the air goes. When you inhale, what rises? Is it your chest? Is it your belly? Your lower belly? Maybe are your shoulders going in and up and down? Or maybe you are breathing fully and the belly, the chest, both rise at the same time. Try to notice. And regardless of the part that rises, in your next inhale, you will try to direct the air towards your belly. And how you do this? Well, when you inhale, you are going to blow your belly out as if it were a balloon. And when you exhale, you want to push it back so the air can come out. And then again, you inhale and you tell the air to go to your belly. And exhale, it goes out from there as well. You push your stomach back. You do it one more time. Inhale to your belly. And exhale, squeezing the belly back. We do this to help us ground. Most of us, or many of us, breathe only in the chest. It's more grounding when we send the air towards the stomach. So you don't have to force anything. You don't have to be really hard on this. You just need to push it a little bit without hurting yourself, and more if this is not the common or the natural thing for you to do. If you feel tired or if something hurts when you do this, then stop doing it, okay? And return to your normal breathing pattern. Just remember, whenever you can, to send the air down towards your belly again. And practice this way of breathing. And all you have to do for a couple of minutes is to observe this in and out of the air. That movement that happens when you inhale and you exhale. And you might even feel or connect this movement of your stomach and your body to the waves in the ocean when it's calm. Like those really soft, small waves crashing in the shore. You might even recall the noise they make when they crash, that sound that is so peaceful. Which is showing you that you are connected to that energy, that water, feminine energy of the ocean. You contain that as well. And what we are going to do next, moving from that ocean feeling or image, we're going to transition towards a memory of us when we were younger, when we were kids. It doesn't have to be a memory. You can just think of yourself as a young kid and allow that image, emotion, sensation, thought, imagination to come forth. For some of you, when you picture that kid, it might show you something a little bit odd. It might be that it's showing you something you have to see, but it wasn't or it didn't happen in this life. Just allow it to unfold as it has to, okay? Because whatever happens during this period of time together will be perfect and will be what you need to experience. So just think about yourself as a little kid and see what comes up. And observe yourself in this image. If it's hard for you to see something, just think it, feel it, use words, As I said, you don't have to see. You can draw it, you can imagine it, whatever comes to you easily. Have the sensation of what you're doing, okay? Everything is correct. So take in what you are doing in this image. Maybe how old are you? If you're a boy or a girl, if you have any toys with you, if there is somebody else there with you. And take in the information that this image or this experience being shown to you now has for you with regards to your business, your new endeavor, your career, your new entrepreneurial effort. How is this little kid, this memory related to what you are trying to do now? Is this image maybe trying to show you the stage your business is at? Or maybe the stage you as consciousness are at with regards to the enterprise? Maybe showing you the energy that this new business has. Pay attention to whatever you are noticing and sensing. Try also to see if you can identify the emotions that this little kid is experiencing. And now we are going to open up the image a little bit more so we can take the surroundings. We are going to open the frame with the camera when we zoom in and out. In this case, we're going to zoom out So we can see where the kid is, who is there with him or her, and what is the attitude of the people around him or her. Maybe he or she is alone. Take in as well what you see when you open the frame. And notice if the attitude of the kid changes when you do this. What is he experiencing now, or she? How is it different from the way you were perceiving this kid before? This zooming out, this taking in the surroundings, is how you perceive the world to be around your business. This is the environment in which you perceive or think you are launching or trying to grow your idea. If you see people there and the way they react is an indication of how you think or perceive people are welcoming your business. If there is nobody around you, it's an indication of how alone you feel on your endeavor. And the reaction of the kid is showing you your own reaction towards the world, your environment, and the people around you, and the ones you are trying to reach, and they trying to reach you as well. Let the emotions flow through you, whatever you are experiencing. If you feel like crying, just cry. If you want to make some noise with your mouth or use your voice somehow, if you need to move, please do that too. If you need to pause this exercise and take a deep breath before continuing, do that as well. What we are going to do next is you are going to come into this picture, into this frame we are observing, in the age you are now. And you are going to pick up this kid, regardless of the experience or emotion he or she is having. You are going to pick him or her up. And you are going to give him or her the words, the encouragement, the love, the patience, the physical contact, the recommendation, or anything at all you think this little kid knows or needs to know to handle whatever is going on around him or her. You are this kid's mentor. And these are the words and the attitude you need to give yourself and you wish you could receive from other people. So be very gentle with yourself and deliver the message you need to receive. Take all the time you need to do this. When you have finished, delivering the message to your younger self. And he or she is already feeling much better, calmer, maybe happier as well. You are going to say goodbye and come back to the present moment. You are going to slowly return to your body with the awareness and consciousness of what you just saw. The information you received about how you really feel about your business, about how you are perceiving your environment, perceiving yourself, and also with the awareness of the encouragement you need, the type of support you require, and the information you are going to provide to yourself. And as the present you are going to do just that now. I recommend you say this aloud so that you can hear as well as think and feel the words you need to hear. They might sound as affirmations, or they might sound as just kind of a speech or tip or recommendation you are giving to yourself. Some examples of this, depending on your situation, is I'm going to say this to myself now. You can say your name and then you are enough. I am enough. I have the right to experience joy. I matter. I am abundant. I am seen and recognized for my efforts. People love my work. I am welcomed into the world with open arms. People receive me in their homes, in their hearts, freely, appreciating my gifts and the information I have to share with them. The service, the product. I value myself for who I am. I recognize my own worth. I enjoy what I am doing. I know myself to be worthy. I love myself. Whatever else you need to tell yourself or share with yourself, please do it now. And when you are ready, you can open your eyes. I hope this exercise helps you to identify the thoughts and the feelings you have around being seen in the world. Because I think something that happens when we have, when we are launching a new thing, more if it's a business that is ours and not necessarily working for others, but it can also be used. This can also be used for if you want a career advancement, or you are wondering why your career is not moving forward. I hope this exercise helps you realize what you truly feel about yourself and how you truly feel about the environment you are in. For me, it was strange because I saw myself as a little male kid. I don't know if this is telling me about how maybe my divine masculine feels, or maybe the problem is in the divine masculine. Maybe it was a past life. I don't know. But I find this useful. I find useful to identify our true feelings and our true emotions and be very honest about ourselves. Because sometimes if we don't take the time to do this type of check-in with ourselves, then we don't realize what's really going on in our heads and in our hearts, which are the both uh, engines making life happen. um, so if you need to do this again, please do it. After this, this is just to show you kind of the unconscious or subconscious parts that need to be activated or that need to be pampered. But then it's your job to do the conscious part of reprogramming those parts. That's what we are here to do. I think most of our experience after we awaken to our spiritual nature and our gifts and our potential is reprogramming. And so I think that through that process is how we grow. I hope this helps.